After 20 plus years of rain and melting snow dripping off the roof of the cabin, it started eroding the soil at the front of the deck, creating nearly a 1-foot deep trench. I've been watching the trench slowly form all of these years, and in August of 2021, I decided to finally do something about it. The plan was to build a 4-foot wide gravel path that would eventually go all the way around the cabin. That would solve the trench problem, allow a clean walking path keeping dirt and mud from getting tracked inside the cabin, and give a 4-foot wide fireproof barrier around the perimeter of the cabin in case of any weed or ground fires, as suggested by the local fire inspector. And since the subject of fires has come up, about 95% of all cooking at the cabin involves a barbecue. And with some of the extremely dry seasons we've had in the past, watching those hot embers floating off the grill and into the dry forest while cooking a steak had me nervous as hell.
Hell yes.
So I figured while I'm building this gravel path, this was the perfect time to also build a barbecue shack next to the deck that would help contain most of the hot embers coming off the grill, greatly reducing the chances of starting a forest fire while trying to grill a nice juicy piece of meat. Yup, basically, I'm also building another shed. This project required a few loads of material from both my truck and my brother's truck. Plus a few tons of material from another bigger truck. These bigger trucks have a little bit of a hard time getting in and out of my property because of a few sharp and narrow curves on my road. They have to back up and go forward a couple times to make the turns. There's a couple of points I'd like to make about this project. If I had started this project just a few weeks earlier, it would have been like digging in butter, because the ground was soft and wet from all the rain the area got earlier in the summer. But there hasn't been a drop of rain in weeks, and it's been very hot too. So the ground wasn't like butter anymore. It was like concrete. So that's why I'm trying to soften it up a little bit with the hose, which in a few days would turn out to have catastrophic consequences for my well, which I'll cover in the next episode. Because the gravel path would follow the slope grade in front of the deck in stepped sections, I had to make sure the path on the higher side where the barbecue shack would be was going to match up in proper increments of 5.5 inches where the bottom of the path ends near the deck steps. That's why I had to occasionally go back and forth, sometimes working on the path, then work on the upper area where the shed will be. I also had to allow time for the water to soak in. When I bought these 4x6 timbers a week earlier, they were all straight. But when I unstrapped them at the cabin, like always, one decides it wants to be shaped like a banana. So we got a little creative with a few ratchet straps.
It's coming. How's it look? Straight?
I'd go a little more, especially on the red one. We don't hit one of those when we're digging our posts. That won't be good.
No.
When I built the first shed about 20 years ago, the price of this siding was less than $17 a sheet. When I built this shed, it was $64 a sheet. added a screened window on each side to help vent the smoke. For 4 years now, the gravel walkway has done its job eliminating the erosion in front of the cabin. And I've noticed it's also provided a great resting spot for the local bobcats to stop and watch the world go by. As for the BBQ Shack, it's working overtime providing great meals and helping keep my cabin and the surrounding forest from burning to the ground.